Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we have some battles submitted by Shadow R2, and that R stands for Arcanine. So you know what's coming, Arcanine in Master League Premier Classic. The spice though doesn't end here, since we got Glaceon in the same line and Conkeldurr leads the team. I have featured this particular line on my best 5 teams for Master League Premier Classic, and I can already reassure you that Arcanine is no joke in the closing part. So how does it work, Ganeto? Well, Conkeldurr is afraid of ghosts and charmers, so switch out to Glaceon when this happens. Most of the time spend no shield at all, farm with Conkeldurr whatever remains, get shields with a Stone Edge or a Dynamic Punch, and leave your shields for the end game for Arcanine. That's all I can tell you for now for the team, and now let's see what we got here, because Metagross is putting off the work against this Conkeldurr, but we do not care at all because another Dynamic Punch is coming through. They change out to a Mamoswine, which is really huge. They absorb the move and now have Arcanine. Can we finish off right on time, trainers? This is gonna be a high energy gain move, perhaps an Earthquake. Boom! Down goes Arcanine. Doesn't seem to do a lot on this first match, but we're gonna see together that Conkeldurr is just gonna farm down, and sometimes you do not need Arcanine to go through the end game. So at this point, trainers, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of fun stuff going on, and if you want to see those stuff on this channel, just be sure to leave a huge subscribe before you go, so that you don't want to miss some future content. So taking the shield here from the Metagross, this was the key scenario for the Conkeldurr to succeed, and now we can come in with Arcanine. Let's see if Shadow decides to go for the shield. They shield, and that's a really huge shield because Meteor Mass is gonna be resisted, but Earthquake is gonna do super effective lethal damage to the Arcanine. So a really huge block there, and the total farm on that Metagross, having a lot of energy right now, going for the double wild charge perhaps to the Dragonite, just one, and then bail out to the Glaceon to absolutely farm down all that energy. The enemy decides to stay in, which is really weird. Perhaps they had something like a Garchomp at the back, and that did not work at all for their advantage. And now we have a very bad lead against the Togekiss. Let's see how Shadow R2 decides to play this, because we have the safe switch to Arcanine. I was not expecting that, to be honest, and we have the switching matchup with the Gyarados. So Gyarados here will have to either go for the double block or just get destroyed down. Going for the interesting move, the flamethrower, the enemy decides to go for no shield, so that's a really bad move for Shadow R2, but the enemy decides to take the second one as well, and now the last second. Arcanine is the most underrated dog out there, can go for that wild charge once more before fainting against the Charmer and take the shield. Both that Gyarados and the shield from the Togekiss, this is absolutely awesome. And now we're gonna come in with that Glaceon, and they have a Chandelure at the back, a ghost type, which is super bad. We have to take the move here, but hopefully we can survive, because Conkeldurr is pretty tanky for its fighting type. Not a lot of fighting types are a lot of bulky out there, but Conkeldurr really lives up to its name, so it is just gonna go ahead and try to go for the Dynamic Punch. However, down it goes, and now Glaceon will come in with a shield and try to take out the Chandelure. The Chandelure though has some energy left. They decide to take the move, which is really huge. Is this enough to knock out Glaceon? And boom, it is. Really sad news for the team, but it's all good because we have one more match going on right here with this Dragon Tail version of Garchomp. Seems like it is lagging a little bit, I'm not sure about it, because it still pulls off the fast attacks. So here comes now the move. Let's see how Shadow R2 decides to play this. Gonna block the Sun Tomb. Okay, perhaps Conkeldurr could survive this, but he wanted to maintain that lead scenario. Okay, and now we have the Stone Edge going through. Let's see how the opponent takes this. Gonna block on the Typhlosion on Master Premier Classic with the farm down. Another fire type that we do not see that often. That's pretty huge for the meta, because I love to see those spice Pokemon being so good and healthy for the meta. So double wild charge is already farmed up, no waterfall passing through, so that means that another one is coming through. Will this be enough to finish off the entire HP of that opponent? Boom! No, it is not, but it was super close. And now Glaceon will come in. Hopefully you can no-shield this. Yes, still farm down. So whatever they have at the back, this fire type Typhlosion might be a little bit troublesome for our team, but we have this last resort to go against it, and boom, down goes all this HP. Glaceon really putting up the work against the Typhlosion, which is a huge weakness for any ice type out there. So next on trainers, and we're facing a Metagross up on the lead. So trying to go here for the dynamic punch, however it loses the CMP to the Metagross. Right now gonna go for the dynamic punch. This is gonna do a lot of damage to that Metagross, so they have to block at some point. Okay, so this is a race to another move. Can he do it? Gonna catch the Meteor Mass with a really huge switch to the Arcanine, and now he can simply go to town with some farms. However, the opponent says to bring in the Gyarados, so a shield is coming up from Arcanine's side. So here comes now the first wild charge. Will this run, trainers? Let's go together, and boom, down goes the shield. We have one more ready to go. Is this gonna be enough, trainers? Of course it is, you know it. Boom, down goes the Gyarados, and now let's see what they have at the back. Okay, the Metagross is coming in. We do not care at all. We're just gonna bring our Conkeldurr and try to go for the dynamic punch as fast as we can. Yes, we can, right on time, and Metagross will just get famed at this point. Whatever it is at the back will get destroyed down, because we have two amazing Pokemon remaining, Conkeldurr and Glaceon. It is a fighting type, dragon type, excuse me, so this ice type Glaceon is just gonna destroy down the enemy, and another victory will be for Shadow R2. What a play was that, trainers. So next on Milky something will be our opponent against a Lucario up on the lead. Lucario, I love this Pokemon, another spicy and weird pick for the meta, but Lucario really does its job against Metagross, and you have this steel typing to resist some dragon moves, so that's really cool for the meta to see some Lucarios out there. So here comes out the Stone Edge against this Gyarados, gonna do massive damage. As you can see, the opponent does not respect the damage, so perhaps with the shield here he can simply farm down. Yes, he knows that. That's super awesome. Down goes the Gyarados. We are down a shield, but the opponent bails out. What did you have, trainer? Down you go, and we're gonna proceed to the next one. A Roserade up on the lead against the fighting type. Are you kidding me? That's super bad for the Conkeldurr. No poison types exist out there, and you can see that the Conkeldurr really struggles against the poison type, so that makes sense for Shadow R2 to bail out to this Arcanine and going straight ahead for the flamethrower against this Excadrill. Can he reach another one? Of course he can. Is the opponent gonna respect the damage from flamethrower? No, they are not. Down goes the Excadrill. Are you kidding me? Even against the ground type, this Arcanine goes to freaking town, and he can go for another one right on time at the end. He was trying to go for the flamethrower, but it was super close. He did not want to risk it for the biscuit, so he's just gonna go for that wild charge, and he at least is gonna take the shield, because if he did not go for the wild charge, perhaps he could go for another flamethrower after that, but who knows. So here comes now the Glaceon against this Roserade, and the opponent decides to go out to the Metagross, so that's already a GG for our trainer Shadow R2, because right here I think that Conkeldurr can just simply farm down with two shields and then throw a move to that Bullet Seeder and absolutely take the victory. Yeah, here comes now the Stone Edge. Okay, a move. We do not care at all. We're not gonna take it for sure. A grass not coming through, so the Stone Edge will be it, and this weird Roserade is just gonna go out of the way. So next on trainers, and what do we have here? Excadrill up on the lead, a really fantastic lead. I really love to see it, you really love to see it. So they switch out to Metagross, and we have on our team Arcanine, which is just gonna come in and try to farm as much as possible, blocking the Earthquake, which is really huge, and now gonna answer back with a flamethrower. This Metagross will just get fainted down, and they have a Gyarados at the back. Oh my goodness, what is Shadow R2 is gonna do? Okay, most probably gonna block here. Yeah, we are not afraid to block double times with this Arcanine, because you can still go with back-to-back wild charges. Try to go for another one over here. Really well played, Shadow R2, and this wild charge will take this Gyarados out, but they decide to block. Can he make it to another one? No, he cannot. But this Conkeldurr now can come in. Oh, the Glaceon is coming in, and the opponent has to go with a switch to that Excadrill, keeping the energy on the Glaceon. I really love this play. And now the Drill Run will do some work against the Conkeldurr. Okay, gonna finish off with a fast dynamic punch right when it was charged up. Down goes the Excadrill, and the Gyarados will return. Can he make it to a move? No, he cannot, because the enemy decides to go for the crunch for the finish off, and now a double Icy Wind might beat, perhaps one Icy Wind. Let's see together, trainers, and a nice chunk out of this Gyarados. Yeah, okay, with a little bit of extra energy from those Ice Shards, another Icy Wind will beat, and the Gyarados goes down. Time now for the final one, trainers, against the Rhyperior. A really good lead for this fighting type. Dragonite is coming in, so Glaceon is absolutely loving it, like McDonald's, not sponsored by McDonald's, by the way. And we have the Icy Wind charging up, but they are not gonna throw, because Shadow R2 knows he has to farm down and then throw the Icy Wind on the Rhyperior to take the shield, because Dragonite would not shield at all. So right here, Conkeldurr is coming in, obviously, because those smackdowns are absolutely gonna wreck apart not only Glaceon but Arcanine too. So here comes the super power, okay, and Gyarados is gonna catch the dynamic punch. That was not a very good play from Shadow R2. Gonna have to farm up a little bit more now before going with the switch. So Arcanine now comes in, gonna block once, gonna try to block a second time perhaps. Yeah, of course he's trying to do that, and he already has a double wild charge ready to go. So this is why this Underdog is absolutely the best at closing games in Master League Premier Classic, because not only you can hit one 0 point, but also you can hit it twice with a heavy nuke move like this wild charge. Down it goes to the smackdown, but it's all good because we are already on the dynamic punch range. So this is gonna be a huge victory for Shadow R2. Trainers, be sure to leave a like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Some cool things are coming up for this channel, and I hope to see you all to the next one. Take care, everyone.